Finding the right hardware for our cabinets was tricky. I wanted something that looked like it could fit in with our 200-year-old farmhouse, but I also didn't want to break the budget on the hardware. We kept things simple with the knobs on the cabinet doors, with wood knobs painted the same color as the cabinets. For the drawers, I loved the style and size of these brass bin pulls and knew since they were unlacquered brass, meaning they don't have any kind of finish on them, that with time they would age nicely and darken with a nice patina. However, I didn't want to wait that long to get the look I wanted. The brass just seemed too new and shiny. So I bought some brass ager and aged them in just a few seconds. I did this to our cabinet latches on our coffee cabinet as well. This really is a simple DIY, and the best part is, as long as you don't put any kind of finish on the brass, you can easily get it back to its shiny state. Our poles have definitely aged even more since using the brass ager, and I love the worn, aged look they have. Just a reminder, this only works with unlacquered brass pieces. You must remove the lacquered finish if your piece has any on it. To age the brass, you're going to need brass ager solution. There's a link below for this, and you can find it for somewhere between $10 and $12. You're going to need a container that your piece fits in. Make sure it's not metal and not anything you really care about. Some water, you can have it in a bowl or just run it right under the faucet, and some steel wool and rubber gloves. Add your solution to the container and just make sure to add enough to cover the piece. You can see I had to add a little bit more solution to mine, and it was fine that I did this after the piece was already in there. Then you're just going to wait and watch the color change till it's the right color. This takes anywhere from a few seconds to a minute or two, just depending on the piece and how dark you want it to be. And this part of the video is in real time, so you can see how quick this actually happens. I found that it's best to let it get a little darker than you might want it, as it'll lighten some when you rub it down with the steel wool. Alright, so now that you saw that happen in real time, some of the rest of this video might be sped up a little bit here and there so you don't have to watch everything in real time. But just remember that if you're doing cabinet hardware like this, to also do the screws. Once your piece is the desired color, you're going to rinse it with water. I had a bowl of water here that I just placed mine in, but I also gave them a rinse under the faucet as well. Once all the solution is rinsed off, dry off your piece. Then, using a piece of fine steel wool, rub lightly to bring out highlights. If you keep rubbing it, you can pretty much get it back to its original state, so don't worry if you think it's too dark at first. And that's it. You can see the difference between the original pole and the aged one. I didn't want ours to be too dark because I knew they would continue to darken and patina with time, which they have, and I love the look.